Hey everyone, back again with fan testing again. Finally, I'm able to get to a few acquisitions I've gotten here. Um, I thought I was informed this was at Habitat Restore in Tosa. I went down to see this. I thought this was a Moss Olympus because the blade arms tend to say so, but I was told this is not, and there is no labeling of any kind on this fan at all. There's a different or kind of a leafy ornate pattern, but motor feels heavy, so it's hard to tell if it's stamped or cast. It might be cast aluminum. Let me pull out my, see, where did I do my speaker magnet? Oh, here it is. Let's just see if by any chance, really can't touch it. Yeah, with that switch housing, so very hard to tell. I don't have a magnet small enough to fit that. But yeah. But here is the light. It came with interesting light shades. Unfortunately, you see the one when I was carrying it over to the counter. Apparently that one light shade just fell right out of its socket there and didn't shatter, but it broke in a few pieces that I was able to glue back together. Unfortunately, a tiny piece went missing, but I was able to glue that one back together almost. But I did lose, light shade. It turned out that the screws that held it in, there was only one. So I had no idea that there wasn't enough screws to hold that in. Okay, the light kit alone is drawing 2 amps with 225 watts. Well, we should really get that meter into the picture, should I? Okay, so yeah, 2 amps. And of course, it's going to be a power factor of 1. All right, so I'm gonna switch it. So this kind of has granny fan characteristics, just because of the whole glass ceramic floral style patterns on there. Basically, I think of grandparents that my generation had, 80s kids had, and before, grandparents that were young in the early 20th century and to mid 20th century. So here is low. And of course the stencil pattern, I don't know if these just happen to have Moss Olympus blades that's making me think it is, but other than that, it's a heavy motor. So it's kind of an unknown Moss Olympus, sort of a Moss Olympus look-alike. Kind of a copy or an impersonation or a imitation, sort of, you could say. And low for this kind of low speed. It's only drawing 0.1 amps. Interesting. Okay. .36 amps on medium, so this is a low. Forgot to check the power factor. I'm gonna go back to low. I forgot about checking the power factor on the low. Since it's only 0.1 amps, it's only using 11 watts, 11 and a half. And it's got a power factor of 1 on low. So this is a pretty efficient fan, actually. Having a power factor of 1 and only drawing 0.1 amps. Wow. This may not be such a bad fan after all. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back to medium and check the power factor. Okay, so 41 watts, almost 42 watts. Power factor of 1. And here comes high. Got a little wobble with that light kit though. Fan itself I could tell isn't that bad. Blades are fine. Just that light kit though. But it is drawing 0.63 amps and 72 watts, so almost 73 watts with a power factor of 1. So yeah, half an amp, so it's using exactly what it's drawing. All right, time for spin down and reverse. One that has good spin down, good bearings. Jeez, that is a long spin down. But I thought this fan looked pretty cool. I thought it was a Moss Olympus at first, but apparently it's not. I don't know what it is then. If anybody wants to tell me, anybody knows out there, I'll be glad. So, but it runs great. Okay. Reverse low. And it's, yep, 0.1 amps. Yeah, and of course with a power factor of 1. Wow. That's probably the most efficient and effective fan I've ever come across. All right, let's see. 0.36, so I think it just reverses the polarity because I'm getting the same current draws on reverse. And 0.63. All right. Glue this guy back on. All right. Well, time for the decade box, and let's see what kind of wall control I can use with this fan. Here we go. In microfarads with the capacitor box. 1, 2. Oh, and very nice. Starts on 2, so it's not going to stall out on any wall control. If it starts lower than 4, if it starts on 2 or 3, then you're good with low on any wall control. 3. Okay. So with a wall control, I'm getting, this is the same current draw as on as factory low, 0.1, but let's see what the power factor is. Here the power factor is like less than a quarter power factor. So you're only using a quarter of that with a wall control, a capacitor-based wall control. 4.16 and 5 microfarads, which is a standard low speed, a standard capacitance for 3 and 4 speed wall controls that are capacitor-based. Also, commonly with remotes. So 0.2 right there. 6. I'm already determined hoping to use a 5.813 or 5.12. 7. Here's 8. Okay. Now I have a 3-speed that's a 5 and 8. But this is a little too slow for a medium, but this would make a great medium low for a 5.813. This is perfect there. 9. 10. Okay, so at 10, I'm getting the factory medium. Here's 11. I added 10 on the switch plus 1 on the decade. That's 11. So I could either go 4, 7, 11. Here is 12. This would be medium for a 3-speed learning remote. And here's 13. Okay, perfect. I could use this for high medium on a 5.813. I get perfect speeds. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. And here is 20 microfarads, and on 20, so you can use an 81220, but 8's a little too fast for a low speed, so but you're safe with any wall control. I don't know any wall control other than a Fanimation. I think it's the Palisade remote that goes, it's like 25 maybe. It's like 25 and high, or at the 2-speed. But other than that, this is 20. Let's just, for grins, 25 since I got a ways. Let's just go up to 30. So I have 20 plus 10 on the decade. That's 30. 32. 35. And max it out at 40 microfarads, 20 plus 10 switches, and the 10 microfarads on the decade. I'm still under high. If I hit the high switch, I get 0.63 or 0.62, so you're safe with any wall control. All right, I'm going to go up and stop it. And I'm going to do the solid state variable speed. Okay. All right. A little bit buzzy, but nothing terrible. Maybe almost living room quiet, but maybe not quite. All right. I'm just going to go right to high. Still a little bit noisy, but in this room it wouldn't be such a problem with loud music, but may not be. All right, but so the current draw is really close, practically just a nose hair under straight high. So yeah, this ain't a bad fan. Really. All right, the last test is 0 to high. See what the inrush current is. Really no inrush. Wow. Very nice. I'm just going to see. I didn't really check the airflow. Feeling a good amount of air here. Never really checked the air. I was getting through the rest of the tests. And I'm going to do a distant airflow. Going back 15 feet. And I'm definitely feeling air. And it's definitely, it's in the spinner category, typical residential fan category. All right. Well, that's all the tests I have for this this unknown Moss Olympus look-alike. But I'll be back with some more fans. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.